Okay, we're going to pause recording. Recording. Well, happy Sunday, and thank you for being here, you guys. We are going to talk about a topic that's very dear to me, and that's sleep. Because so many of us don't get into that REM sleep. We wake up, we feel fatigued, we feel not rested. Our stress levels increase, our cortisol levels increase. And it just doesn't make for a nice life. It does not make for good at all. So, I am going to talk about a little bit of techniques that we can use. I am going to talk about amazing product that I use, and I don't use it every night, which is nice. So we're going to talk about that. So I have my notes because y'all know that when I get excited, I talk and I talk and I talk. And I want to keep this to low key, not low key, but shorter videos so that you're able to share this, you're able to watch this, and you're able to get some value of it. So, welcome all for coming. I appreciate you being here. And as you come on, just mute yourself just so that we don't distract anybody else. And for questions, I'm going to get you to put those in the comments. And then after going through the presentation, answer all those questions, or we'll have a little bit of discussion also with any of you that are on here. For those of you who are watching it as a record, congratulations, thank you for coming and watching it, and make sure you get back to the person that invited you to this video, because they really care about you and they want to see you have the best sleep you possibly can. So why is sleep so important? Well, we all think about, well, because our bodies need to restore, they need to rest, they need to replenish themselves. But the problem is, it's not just sleep we need. We need deep sleep. We need cleansing sleep. We need a good sleep. So, one of the things that people I find is that they have irregular schedules. Our schedules are so different and it changes the sleep pattern that maybe we were used to before. High stress environments. How many of us work in an environment that creates a lot of stress? Stress actually depletes our sleep. And then increase physical demands. Or maybe not enough physical demand. Maybe we're at a job where we're in high stress, but we're not moving. We're not getting out. We're not getting the body moving. Or maybe we're moving a lot and we put a lot of stress on the body. And really, as we age, that becomes more difficult. So, exposures to toxins and environmental stressors. So, that could be another thing. Sorry, I'll move the phone away. That can be another thing that can create a disruption in our sleep patterns. And the need for sustained focus or quick reactions. Some people have jobs that you're going all day, you're going, and your brain is going in a mile a minute. And then you come to go to sleep at bedtime, and it's like you put your head on the pillow, and it's like, I can't sleep. I can't shut my brain off. So we're going to talk about a couple of tips. They're going to help with that. We're going to talk about some nutritional habits that are going to be good for you and help you with that as well. And we're also going to talk a little bit about energy medicine, which is what I love. I work in, and I love how it works. So what makes and we're going to also talk about a beautiful tea, like I said, that I use not every night, but I'll do it a couple times, take a break, and it really helps too. So some of the things that I want to talk about, this is here, I threw it over because it done, but this baby, how many of us have this, and we have this beside our beds? Yeah, I know, I do too. And I did not realize that this baby is on whether you are or not. So this is sending signals into your bedroom, into your body. It's going to disrupt your sleep pattern. It's going to give your energy a good shaking, and it's going to disrupt that getting down into that REM sleep. And so it's so important that if we have one of these, put it on airplane mode. Try that for a week. I'm going to challenge you to try it for a week, put it on airplane mode, because if somebody needs to get a hold of you, they will get a hold of you. Now, if you're like me and you've got family that are, you know, sometimes need you, put it in another room then, or put it away from the bed. Keep it about 6 feet away from the bed, because that is going to disrupt that sleep pattern. And that dinging, that's another thing. Silence it. But even if it's silenced, this thing is still working. This thing is still going. And that's why sometimes it's good to shut it off too. So there is that. The other thing that I'm going to suggest is during the day, and that we're gonna switch here, because a lot of people are like, what? What do you mean? I'm wanting to go to sleep, not during the day. But during the day, it is really important for you to break away from the electronics for one, to break away from the stress that you're in. Now, all of us get a lunch break, all of us get a coffee break. And a lot of times we go to our lunch break rooms and we sit and we talk and we're getting all the feedback from the people that we're around, we're visiting, that is also something that is going to disrupt your sleep because your body isn't getting a moment in the day to just decompress, just stop, just bring all the energy back to where it should be. So, one of the things I suggest is like you got a half an hour lunch break, take 10 minutes, go outside, get out of the lights, get out of the building. And here's where the natural energy medicine comes into play too, is that get away from other people's energy. Because believe it or not, the people you are surrounded with, and you'll probably notice this, is that you get around somebody who's really negative. They're having a bad day and they're just really negative, and you come away from that, and you're like, oh, wow, I feel really tired. I feel drained. I feel angry myself because now you're picking up that energy. So give yourself 10 minutes, go outside. Get away from everything. Listen, if you can, to the birds. Some places you can, especially if you're in a busy town or something and there's cars and all that. But you know what? Just go outside, close your eyes to inhale a deep breath. You know, like I always say, do practice your breath, your box breathing. 7 seconds in, hold for a second. 7 seconds out, hold for a second. Just calm the nervous system. Why is this so important? Because you're retraining your brain that there are points and time in your day where you're stopping and you're letting all of that just go away, just stop. And you're training your brain that at nighttime, when you put your head down, that, hey, this is time for that, light box breathing, bring the energy down. Cool rooms too. Making sure your room is cool is really good. Now, if you're like me, you like lots of blankets, that's great. Put something so that it cools the room down. That's also going to help. Make sure the room is dark. That is also going to help because your body starts to signal that if the lights are on, it's time to get up. I mean, how many of us have seen that? I had to put a blanket on my window because it's beautiful sunshine up here comes in my window at 4 o'clock in the morning, and my brain goes, okay, time to get up. Let's go. Let's get on with our day. So, by doing some of these techniques, it's going to help. The other thing that's going to help is some people, like for myself, I have to have something on, or my brain just wants to regurgitate the whole day. Even when I take time and I get out and I walk, walking is fantastic for the body and resetting the nervous system. I need something to just kind of be playing. Put a sound machine on, put something on. For me, it's reading. So I'll have something on that it's like reading me something, and my brain just goes to sleep. It's like, it's crazy. I'll read a book. That's another thing. Instead of doing your phone, read a book, get a book, something that's going to allow you to calm down. Now, the other thing that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to dive a little bit into this because this is something that I have found not only has worked for me, has worked for older ones, worked for my family, helped my friends with it, is it's called Replenished Tea. Now, we're not here to just sell you on something and say, hey, this is going to be the cure all. No, it's building blocks. You have to take proactive measures with it. And the other thing you need to do, watch what you're eating during the day. Okay. So if you're used to running through the drive-through or throwing something in the microwave, you're telling your body that it's just a go 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 go. You're not feeding it properly, you're not nourishing it properly. It doesn't know what to do, and this is going to disrupt the sleep as well. So watch what you're eating. Try to get some more fresh vegetables, fruits in the morning. Fruits in the morning are going to be fiber. Fruits in the afternoon are going to be like a sugar. So if you're kind of wanting that little sugar thing, instead of eating sugar, have a piece of fruit. That'll help with the cravings, but it also helps your body know, okay, I know what to do with this, and this helps with this, and this helps with that. Making sure what kind of foods you're fueling yourself with. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. A lot of us drink a lot of tea, a lot of coffee, a lot of caffeinated things, a lot of sugary drinks. This is also going to disrupt your sleep. Because at 1 o'clock in the morning, when your liver's at its peak cleaning time from 1 to 3, now it's trying to get rid of all this. Now it's trying to say, what do I do with all this stuff? And sugar is horrible for the body. Caffeine just is another stimulant. We want to make sure that we're taking something. If we're taking caffeine, Break it off about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Don't take any more after that because you're stimulating your body and your adrenals to keep going. And then you're going to bed at a certain time. And your body's like, "But I'm not done burning this off. I need to burn this off." So we're going to have issues getting into that calm state and it's going to burn out your adrenals. So let's get into the replenished tea. Why I love replenished tea so much. First of all, I just want you to close your eyes for a minute. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to listen to my voice because this is how replenished tea is going to make you feel. Okay. So everybody close your eyes. Don't worry. You're in a safe place and just listen. So I want you to picture yourself in like a beautiful tropical island and you can see the ocean out and it's just coming in and out gently. You hear the waves crashing up onto the sea, onto the beach. You can hear the wind just blowing through the trees, and it's just that little bit of a rustling noise. Maybe there's a little bit of birds chirping or a little bit of crickets cricking, and you're in a hammock in between two trees, two palm trees. And it's just gently swaying you back and forth, back and forth. And the breeze, it's warm, it's a perfect temperature. It's just beautiful. And you feel the stress releasing from your body. You feel the weight of your body getting lighter and lighter. You feel like you could just drift off into a nice sleep. You feel safe, and your body just all of a sudden, you're out, you're asleep, and you wake up, and it feels like you've slept a decent sleep. That is what replenished tea is going to do for you. Because replenished tea uses natural ingredients, 7 super mushrooms, we call them, and I'm going to break them down for you. And I'm going to explain to you why these are going to be so perfect and so wonderful for you. Because it helps your body come down into that nice, restful time to sleep. And it also supports the liver. Now, if you're somebody who's waking up all night, there's a couple of reasons why this could be happening. One of them could be that your sugars are spiking. You've had way too much sugar. And when you look at what is in our foods today, our sugar levels are through the roof. And so what's happening is you're spiking, but you're also dropping and you're dropping down into a valley. And when you drop too low, your body will actually set off an alarm to wake you up so that you actually wake up. And in some cases, some people don't because they get down into that deep, so far spike that they, or valley, pardon me, that they don't wake up. And that's not a good thing. We don't want you to do that. We want you to have that deep, restful sleep. The other thing, like I said, is that when you are in that deep sleep at between 1 and 3, and that's your peak one, because that again is your liver, and your liver needs that time to dump to be able to get rid of what's in there, to break down the fats, to break down the sugars, to break down and clean out everything that you need. And if you have had too much processed foods, too much sugars, too much caffeines, too much stress going on, your liver can't not do that. And that's why you keep waking up as well, especially at that time of night. Now, there's other things that feature into that as well, but we're not going to dive into that right now. We're going to talk about something that's going to help support that. And that's what this is all about, is supporting. So, replenished tea. Made from this is what I love about this. We're going to get a little nerdy. So I hope you guys don't mind. I like to get a little nerdy on here. I did keep my notes so that I don't go crazy and bore you all to sleep because I want you to watch this. I don't want you to fall asleep during it. But a lot of teas that are out there, mushroom teas, things that are made with mushrooms, are made from mycelium. And what that is they're often grown in grain and they contain fillers, low concentrations of beneficial compounds. They don't use the whole mushroom. This tea, replenished tea, does. It uses all of the mushroom and it uses the entire fruiting of the body of the mushroom. And I want you to think of it this way. So you have like an apple tree, right? You got one in your backyard. The psyllium is like the roots in the bottom. That's what's going down. That's what's absorbing all those great nutrients and getting them into the fruit. The fruiting is the actual body of the mushroom, and that's what's above ground. That's the apple that you're going to be eating, and that's what's growing on the tree there. So when the product says it uses the whole entire fruiting, it means that you're harvesting and extracting from a mature mushroom. How many of you picked an apple that wasn't ready yet? It was still a bit green. You bite into it, it's like, ooh, that's really starchy. That's not very nice. The difference between that and biting into an apple, it's been sitting on the tree, that's ripened on the tree, and it's juicy, and it's like, oh, my mouth is watering already thinking about it. I mean, I bet yours is too. Biting into that apple. That's the difference between what you're going to get with replenished tea and what you're going to get with others, because we allow that body, that fruiting to mature so that when you're using it, you're going to get all the nutrients, all the goodness, and everything you're going to need for that. Now, the thing with this too is this tea supports the liver. This is an excellent opportunity for your liver to replenish itself, to be able to release toxins, and to be able to do the job it needs to do. And it's going to get you into that nice REM sleep. So, why is it important? Because when mushrooms complete their full cycle, the compounds in it, that's what that you're going to get. Now, some of them are beta. Now, okay, you guys, I know I tried it with this. It's going to probably be a little bit messy. That's okay. We don't need it perfect. We just need to know. So beta glucans, I know, right? Triterpenoids and ergos. Oh my goodness, this one I had to practice and I still can't get it. Ergosterol. Now, these are all the compounds that are naturally concentrated in the whole mushroom, and they're responsible for many of the health benefits associated with mushrooms. So each one of these has been tested for active compounds, beta glucan levels, heavy metals, and purity and safety. Yes, I said heavy metals. And that's the other thing you have to watch with other teas and that. And that's what we do with ours, is because mushrooms will extract those as well. And we don't need that in our bodies. We don't break down heavy metals. If anything, we need to release those. So, first mushroom we're going to talk about is reishi, and it's a common one that a lot of people know about, and a lot of people have been using and trying. What it's known as is the mushroom of immortality, because it helps with restful sleep and recovery. It helps with stress adaptation, helps with healthy immune function, and overall health resilience. So that's why it's called the mushroom of immortality. And it is one of the most powerful tools that is going to help with physical and mental recovery. Mental is so important, especially in this time and this day and age where there's so much stress and so much happening, and you're having to remember a lot of things. And it's like a lot of people are dealing with things like PSTD, right? Your stress levels are so high that it just closes down, and it's like, I can't deal with anymore. Reishi is going to help with that. That's just a couple of things. The next one we're going to talk about is lion's mane. Now, lion's mane supports mental clarity and focus, memory and concentration. Oh, I tell you, I need that one like you wouldn't believe. Cognitive performance and a nervous system health. Now, remember, we're talking about stress. Our bodies can handle so much, but when your stress level's here and then you come up to here, it's like you need something to bring that down, and that's going to help. So it's helpful for people who have long shifts, who have changing shifts, who are maybe single parents. A lot of single parents, you've got a lot on your plate. This is going to help with that. And it's also going to help you with sharp decision making, because it helps with that mental focus and clarity. Okay. Turkey tail. Turkey tail supports the immune system. Now, why do we need to do that? Because stress actually breaks down your immune system, and then it makes you open to more getting sick, not feeling well, more other, what's the word I'm looking for here? Serious illnesses and diseases. We need that immune system up to protect us. Gut microbalance. Now, why is that so important? Because remember, we always talked about is that gut health is so important. Everything stems from the gut. It's your second brain. So this is going to help with that microbiome, and it's also going to help with your digestive system. So here's a little bit of a fun fact for you. People that are in high stress situations or always stressed are not absorbing the nutrients they need and they're not breaking down the foods because your body, when you're in high stress like that, you're in a fight, flight, freeze. Otherwise, it's like you're not going to be digesting if you're going to be in a situation where you got to run for your life or you've got to hide. Your body's not like, okay, let's digest this food now and let's see what we need for nutrients. No, your digestive system shuts off. It shuts off and it creates other complications. So what else I want to talk about? Oh, changa. Changa is the next mushroom we're going to talk about. And this one is really rich in antioxidants. Antioxidants is something that stress depletes out of our bodies and depletes it quickly. And we need that to kind of be replenished. So this is going to help with your cellular protection from that stress that we're dealing with. It's going to help with healthy aging. I don't know about all you guys, but I want to age gracefully and I want to hang on to youth as long as I can. And so this has got my interest. And again, immune function. So when you're dealing in a lot of oxidized or oxidative stress, I mean, this could be traffic. How many of you are driving to work in high traffic situations where you're concerned whether somebody's paying attention or did they have enough sleep themselves? Am I going to get into an accident? I got to get to work on time. Oh, I'm going to be late. Oh, that person just ran into somebody. Oh, my Lord, now I'm stuck here in traffic. I got to try to get a hold of somebody. All this stress going on. Maybe you've got kids that you have to get to school and you're trying to get to work, and all of a sudden now, oh, mom, I forgot this project. We have to have this project today. And now what am I going to do? Or dad, because there's a lot of single dads. This is going to help with that. This is going to boost that immune system and it's going to help you with that oxidative stress. Cordyceps. This supports energy production. How many of us need more energy? I don't know about you, but I can remember waking up and I'd be like, drag myself out of bed so I could get to the coffee pot and try to get my body stimulated, which was doing more damage than good. But now it's like I wake up and it's like, oh, I feel good. I have energy. I hop out of bed. I'm not laying there going, oh, just a few more minutes. I just need to sleep a few more minutes, which never is enough, right? So oxygen utilization, which is also very important. Our bodies need the oxygen and we need that circulation going through the body and oxygenating things. Muscles need oxygen to repair and to recover. Our bodies need that to have that kind of energy. That's what cordyceps is going to help with. Physical endurance, being able to keep going when you need to keep going instead of feeling like you're just going to drop dead. Exercise performance. So, how many of us here work out or are on a regiment where we're trying to prepare? Maybe it's for a marathon. Maybe it's preparing for a bodybuilding. I know a few friends of mine that like to do that. This is an excellent mushroom for that, and that's in this tea. So, we also have ashwagandha. And this is an adaptogen herb that helps with the body's response to stress. I love this one. And I love the way they've mixed it together because you shouldn't be taking ashwagandha every day because your body can't handle that. But when it is brought down to the smallest molecule, sorry, not peptide, molecule, and you're microdosing it, that changes things that your body can adapt to. And that's what we have in this replenished tea. So it's going to help balance your cortisol levels. So those of you who got it on the face, you find your face is all really puffy, you're holding it in the gut area, you weight that you can't get rid of. That's because your body's like, you know what? We need to hang on to this because the stress we're in, we may not be able to eat again. We may be starving. We need to hang on to that. And again, when you're in that fight, flight, freeze kind of brain, your body is not going to release that. If anything, it's going to create more of the cortisol to save you. This is going to help with reducing those levels so that you're at a more healthier level. It's better sleep quality and reduces the feeling of stress and fatigue. How many of us are feeling that stress and fatigue? I feel you. I do. Now we're going to talk about oh good Lord, shall Jack? Oh, it's,
Energy.
pardon? Go ahead, say it again, because my tongue gets messed up with this one. But if you want to unmute and say it, you go right ahead. I appreciate the help, and I meant to break it down so I could say it. Yes, yes, that's exactly it, Hannah. That's exactly it. It's a mineral-rich botanical used traditionally for vitality and recovery. So this is going to help cellular. Cellular is so important. That's where our energy comes from, you guys. That's where we actually get that kind of to get up and go. But when our cellular health is not being nourished and fed and looked after, it depletes, just like a battery, just like a cell in a battery. When our batteries die off, our energy or our usage of it dies off. Same thing with our cells. It's a nutrient transport. So we're going to feed the cellular health with that. Cells need to eat just like we do, but they don't get it when we're under stress. Again, we're not absorbing, we're not uh, getting the nutrients down where it needs to be. Physical performance and healthy aging. So this, and I love how they do this, is they take the shilajit. I'm probably saying it wrong. I apologize. And it's extracted without chemical solvents. A lot of these things products that are being made and you're drinking are using chemicals to extract the goodness out. We don't. We use this to actually extract by water. We use water, it makes it safer, it makes it more stable. You're going to get better results. And it also is a great source of fulvic acid. So fulvic acid is like the delivery truck to your cells. And it's also going to help with absorbing. And it's going to help with antioxidant stress. And it's going to protect the cells. So this is really good that you're getting this naturally in this tea. So humic acid is another one. And I like how the illustration for this is like a gardener. It supports the gut environment and microbiome, and it helps with unwanted compounds. So it helps you with your digestive tract as well as supports the immune system. Again, our digestive tract, if it's not working properly, our bodies aren't going to work properly because it can't. Think of it this way. If you're in the kitchen and you go over and your garbage is like piling up out of the garbage can, are you going to keep dumping in there? No, you're going to try to find another solution. Either A, dump the garbage can or get another bag. Hopefully, you dump the garbage can instead of getting another bag. But our bodies are the same way. If we are not getting rid of that waste, if we're not getting rid of that compost, it's got to store it somewhere else. And it's going to store it in the fat, which is also very dangerous. So it helps to eliminate and improving the waste as well as getting the immune system supported as well. So like I said, I wanted to share a couple of stories with you guys because you know what? Testimonials are always great. And I did say at the beginning of here, if anybody had a testimonial with your replenished tea, if you tried it, I'd love to hear it from you. So a couple I had is that when I first started this, I have a brain injury, and sleep was not working at all for me. And some of you ladies that have menopause are probably feeling that effects. Well, you add on to that my ADHD, a brain injury, and menopause at the same time. Sleep was non-existent. I could go days without sleep. Well, that creates a whole lot of other problems too. It not only helps or create, pardon me, let me take a sip. It not only creates a problem with your moods, for me, it was headaches, terrible headaches. It was just feeling like dragging myself through the day. I wanted to sleep, but I couldn't go to sleep, couldn't shut my brain off. So I ordered some of the tea. And I wasn't a tea drinker. I was a coffee drinker. I was drinking other, juices and stuff. I didn't drink a lot of pop and stuff like that. It was more juices and coffee. And so I ordered this tea and I thought I'd give it a shot. My first night, I was sitting watching a program in the living room and I was like, I think I want to go to sleep. I want to go to bed. And I thought, okay, go to bed. So I went to bed. No sooner did my head hit the pillow, I was out. I don't remember anything. All I remember is waking up the next morning, early in the morning, and I felt fantastic. My head wasn't hurting as bad. I felt energy. I felt happy. I wasn't miserable. And before that, oh man, you didn't want to be around me. I was miserable. I was not in a good way. My moods were bad. I was tired. I was hurting. It was not a good scene. So I tried it the next day. Same thing. I went and actually did that for the whole month and tried this tea for the whole month. I did notice that after about day 25, the sleep, it was like I didn't need it to get back to sleep. Sometimes I'd forget to take it because I was like, I feel tired. I'm going to go to sleep. And I would get into that nice sleep. So that's what I like about this tea is that I don't have to take it all the time. I can use it. And like this last time I bought some, I've used it for about a week. I take a break. Then I go back and I'll take it for another week and take a break. And it just calms the nerves. I wake up feeling like refreshed. I get in a great habit that at a certain time at night, whether I want to stay up and watch something or if I want to do some more work or if I'm reading a book, mm-mm. The book goes down, the TV goes off, or the work goes away because my body's saying this is time to go to sleep. The other thing I'm noticing is that I'm dropping more of the weight that I've been hanging on to in my midsection. It's like melting off. Now, I don't jump on a scale because I don't believe in scales myself. That's my own personal opinion. I don't believe in scales because I think it leads you to a false sense of security. Because when your body is getting healthy, your muscles weigh more and your bones weigh more. What I go by is inches because a pound of fat and a pound of muscle are going to weigh the same. It's whether how much real estate they're going to take up, right? Fat's going to take up way more real estate than good lean muscle. So I go by the inches and I go by the energy I feel. The other thing is, I don't get sick anymore. I used to get to the point where somebody would say, I've got a cold. I'd be the next day feeling like I was run down getting a cold, or I'd pick up everything that was going around. I don't feel that anymore. I've taken down the stress, I've boosted my immune system with it, and I love it. Now, the other story I want to share with you, my mom, I think it was 2 years ago now, year and a half, she woke up and she said, asked me to check her back because she had this spot on her back. It was brown. It was kind of weird looking. I was thinking it was maybe a mole that deformed, that needed to be looked at. So we went up to the hospital and saw the doctor, and she was concerned that it might be shingles. Now, how many of us, put a one in the chat if you have somebody that you know has dealt with shingles? I'd never dealt with somebody with shingles before this. And I tell you, my heart goes out to you. It really does. And you need to lean in and listen a little closer. So mom gets up there. We see the doctor. He takes a pen and he runs it down her arm like this. This is after looking at the spot on her back, does the test, and he goes, it's not shingles. And I was like, oh, thank God. And we just thought, and he said, it's probably just your bra is rubbing on a spot. And then with the heat, it just irritated it. Fantastic. We go home. Now, I don't blame him because nobody's God. Nobody knows what's your body's actually doing. And sometimes people have different symptoms than others. Next morning, she woke up. Her whole back had a huge, well, they looked like chicken pox, and if you've ever seen anybody with chicken pox, it's not fun. They're not fun at all. It was open, it was sore, and it was bad. Now it went all the way around onto her breast. She couldn't wear clothes. She couldn't wear a bra. Sleeping was a nightmare, right? Because you can't lay on your side. And if something touches that, it's zinging through the roof. I mean, it is very painful. So immediately I had her on this tea along with some other remedies that I do with this as well. But I had her on that 3 cups a day with this. And within a month, not only had they scabbed over and were clearing up, she hasn't had it since. And she didn't have the pain that was what she had before that. She was actually able to get to sleep. She was actually able to calm herself. And now I'm not saying that I'm going to prevent, heal, cure anything. And I'm not saying because it worked for her, it's going to work for you. Because, like I said, your body is different than anybody else's. But I will tell you this much: when you give your body the tools it needs, these bodies are amazing. They will take it and they will make what they can of it. For her, it worked amazing. My father, who had Parkinson's, towards the end of his life, we gave him the replenished tea because Parkinson's, your whole body is shaking. And generally, it starts on the inside, which most people don't see right away. And then it goes into that full body, like your whole body is just shaking 24/7 and you're exhausted because it's like doing a full body workout 24/7 with no break in between. So I would give him this tea at night, and it actually calmed him down enough that he could actually get into a nice, restful sleep and wake up in the morning feeling a lot better, feeling a lot happier, and feeling a lot calmer. So, those are my personal experiences. We have tens of thousands of experiences that and testimonials of people that take this beautiful tea and it helps them. And like I said, if you are suffering from lack of sleep, and you're looking for some techniques to get feeling better, please, please, please reach out to the person that invited you here, and talk to them because they care enough about you that they would like to help you find some solutions, help you find something that's going to get you that sleep and help your immune system too. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Stephanie Dawn, and I am so grateful you're here. Now I'm going to just open up for questions. I'm going to remove this spotlight. And oh, look, we have some more people. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so what do we have for questions, if there is any? Uh, oh, I love that. I've got to share this comment from Andrea. She says, "I love Replenished. I've never slept in my total life as good as I'm sleeping now on Replenished." I love that. Andrea, are you on here still? Yeah.
Yes, I'm still here.
Please
I
share
must
your
to say,
please share
oh,
your
I must,
testimony, hon.
oh my goodness me, I must to say, I never knew like this sleep I'm having now. I never ever had sleep like that in my total life. Always thought like, okay, daily health system gave me my sleep back, but what I'm experiencing now, I'm waking up like a completely new woman. I feel like completely new person. I'm realizing so many different things I never realized around me, and noticing things, and even my mindset, like complete. I love it. I love it. And it's so nice. I just love it before I go to bed. Nice little cinnamon tea. And I'm sleeping like, oh my God, I love it. I thought like DHA saved my life, but this is absolutely another level. This is absolutely another level. Highly, highly recommended. And you need really little tiny, 1/4 of the spoon, not even that, with hot water, and the magic after that. Amazing, amazing, honestly amazing. Whoever got problems with sleep, just go for it. Go for it. This is like really, really magic drink. Yeah, highly recommended.
Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate
You're
that. I appreciate you
welcome.
saying that. And you know what? I have to say too, one thing with the replenished tea, when you are drinking it, make sure your water is really hot because then it opens up the spores in it. It helps to release more goodness out of the tea. The other thing is put a spoon and stir it. Keep stirring it because the mushroom is heavier than the water. So you're going to get like a little bit of a sludge at the bottom. And a lot of people used to strain this out. I'm like, what are you doing? That is all the goodness that you're throwing out, right? So what I do with mine is it takes me time to drink it. I just sip away on it, and then when it gets down to that point, it's generally not a lot left in it. I will either swirl it, and what I do suggest is put a little bit of cold water in it because it is kind of what's the grainy when you go to do that. Like I will swirl it and just shoot it down like a shot. But when I put the cold water in it and do that, it goes down no problem, and it's really nice. But I do warn people there is like if you don't keep stirring it, and even if you do, you'll still get a little bit of that. I call it sludge, but it's not really sludge. It's just like mushroom mixture at the bottom. And here's the best part: it doesn't taste like mushrooms. It actually tastes like chai tea. And if you're like me and you love chai tea, you're going to love this. Not only the effects, but the way it tastes. Now, did anybody have any questions or did anybody have a testimonial they'd like to share on here before we end the call? Oh, well, I guess we did a good job. And I thank you all for showing up today. I'm going to highly recommend you getting yourself a cup of this tea. Get yourself a bag. reach out to the person that invited you here. And if you have questions, I don't mind answering them, but reach out to the person that invited you and get yourself a bag and try it yourself. Because I tell you, you will be singing from the rooftops and you're going to want to share it with everybody you know because it is the greatest gift that you could give anybody is the gift to sleep. Thanks for coming. You guys have a great Sunday and we'll see you next week. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Isabel.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Steph.